it's expected to be a record high. You have a problem with that?
Yes. The Conservative government has completely lost control of our immigration system. The numbers are too high. They need to come down. The reason they've lost control is because they've failed to do enough to invest in skills and talent and career development here in the UK. So employers are being forced to reach for overseas migrant labour because they don't have the pipeline of people that are ready to come and work and attracted as well to the opportunities that are here in the UK. So local talent development is and the failure to develop that talent is the main reason why we're seeing the skilled worker visa having increased by an enormous 95% since 2016.
But let's put it another way, Stephen.
Which is to get much
Stephen,
better
you say
integration.
Stephen, you say there's a failure to develop that talent.
Yeah.
Sorry, but you could also say this is the cheap option. This is you bring in these people and you pay them a lot less, maybe as much as a quarter less than you would pay British workers. So this is a problem of our own making.
Yeah, that's right. And one of the measures we've brought forward is that we should be scrapping the 20% discount rate on shortage occupation lists. We currently have this absurd situation where employers are able to pay workers coming into the country 20% less than the going rate. And that makes the job less attractive to local people. Therefore, they're not applying for the jobs, and so employers are having to reach for overseas immigration, and so the problem gets perpetuated and you get into that sort of vicious cycle. In order to break us out of that vicious cycle, we need proactive labour market measures. We need job centres to be working properly. We need to get the 7 million people off the NHS waiting list. We need to get the 2.5 million people who are on long-term sick back into work. We need fair pay at work, making those jobs more attractive, local people applying for them, and then we would need less inward migration.
It's very interesting. I mean, you're singing from the same hymn sheet as the Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, on this particular issue of the low wages, the foreign workers. She put this policy before the Cabinet, and the Treasury rejected it. They said that it would exacerbate the labour shortage problem, that it would hurt the economy, that it would be inflationary to be paying people higher wages. And you only have to look at the reaction to inflation yesterday. It's this core inflation that is really worrying. We've got the gilt yields at mini budget levels today, spooking the markets.
Well, you know, the Conservatives have had 13 years to get this right. All we're putting forward are balanced, sensible measures to get our economy firing on all cylinders, to get the growth that we need, to get sustained, well-paid jobs that you can raise a family on for local people. Now, of course, we're not saying let's pull the rug out from under employers' feet and stop immigration overnight. We're going to have to manage this process. If and when we get into government, we're going to have a huge mess to clear up, and over a period of time we're going to sort it out by getting people better wages, better skills opportunities, getting job centres working again, getting further education budgets, fixing the apprenticeship levy, which is completely broken. So there are many, many things that we could be doing that are sensible and pragmatic measures. And it's all very well the Home Secretary and the Cabinet having a big fight about these things. What we need is a government that's actually going to identify the issues that need to be resolved and get on and do the job.
Is it not the issue that Brits just simply don't want to do it? I mean, we've got reports today about the numbers of people on benefits who don't even have to be looking for jobs at the moment.
I don't think there's evidence of that. Let's take, for example, the haulage sector, HGV drivers. There was a crisis in that area, but through investment and opportunities and improving terms and conditions, we can resolve that issue and get more British people training to get the HGV licenses and being HGV drivers. But there's also an element there of improving the terms and conditions of the workforce. So we need dialogue between business, government and trade unions to work out what's happening in their sectors and to get workforce plans in place where everybody does their bit. Employers need to do their bit and maximise opportunities for local workers. Government needs to do its bit by helping on further education training, investing in our NHS, as Wes Streeting has set out in terms of massively boosting the number of doctors and nurses being trained here in the UK. And trade unions doing their bit as well in terms of supporting providing the right terms and conditions for workers. You make those jobs attractive enough, local people will apply, they will get those jobs, and we'll get our economy firing on all cylinders again.
Kinnock, got to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed. Just watching your head in that sunshine. It's
Another
beautiful,
glorious
beautiful,
day in
glorious
Westminster.
day. But you slap on some protection there.
Stop it.
No, but I'm just saying he could live to regret that. That's
Rocking it.
It's
Looking
looking
very
good.
smart.
Enjoy the
Say.
sunshine. Thank you very much indeed. And